What is up, everybody? I hope you're all doing well. Today we are checking out the Keeley Electronics Blues Disorder. Now this pedal is part of a 4-in-1 series that Keeley is doing, and the idea behind the series is to develop 4 pedals that have 2 legendary or iconic circuits in them, but not only have the 2 circuits that you can switch between, but also the ability to hybrid those circuits. Now when you do that, that's where I think the magic really sits, because you're going to get tones that you probably haven't heard or even felt before. So it's a really cool series. I've demoed 2 pedals in that series, the Noble Screamer, and of course I'm demoing this Blues Disorder. There's 2 others that I'll eventually get to, but we're focusing on the Blues Disorder for this particular demo. This one combines 2 circuits. It's the Blues Breaker circuit, which is one of my favorite circuits, and the OCD circuit, which is also a really great sounding circuit. So you can choose between those 2 circuits in this pedal, but you can also choose essentially to hybrid those circuits. So you could choose the BB, like flatter tone, but use the OCD hard clipping, and vice versa. And we'll get into it in the demo, but here's what's on top of the pedal. You have tone, level, and drive. We all know what that does. We'll check those out in the demo. You've got 2 switches on this pedal. On the left side, that's your tone section, and essentially when the switch is up in the BB position, it's going to be more flat. In the down position, which is going to be more the OC circuit, that's going to be more kind of mid-focused. We'll check that out in the demo. On the other side of the pedal, the drive side, or I should say the right side, where the drive control is, there's another switch. That one, when it's up, it's going to be softer clipping. That's more typical of a blues breaker. When it's down, it's going to be hard clipping. That's going to be more typical, obviously, of an OCD pedal. And we'll definitely get into how both these switches sound. We'll go through the 2 hybrid sounds that you can get by switching them in opposites of each other. We'll definitely check that out in the demo. It has a soft touch switch. These pedals do come from the factory set to buffered bypass. If you want to change that, you can just hold the switch down for a couple seconds and it'll bump over to true bypass if that's how you'd like to use the pedal. So yeah, let's get into this Keeley Electronics Blues Disorder. All right, let's check this thing out. Here's just the guitar into the amp for reference. Got it dialed pretty clean. We're going to have the Blues Disorder do all the work. Okay, cool. Just some noodling around, going through the different settings, the different modes between the tone and the drive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the pedal kind of static. In other words, I'm not going to move anything to start as far as the level, tone, and drive. So I can give you guys an idea of what's going on between these switches. So obviously in the up position with both switches up, we're essentially in a blues breaker style circuit. Both switches down, more of an OCD style circuit, and then you can do hybrids between the two. So in the blues breaker style circuit, so if I go down to the more OCD style circuit, so it's kind of a flatter EQ, hard clipping as opposed to soft clipping. So the obvious differences, or they should be quite apparent to you, is obviously less gain. There's more mid-focus there with that circuit. If I go to the, by that I mean the BB circuit, if I go down to the OC circuit, way more saturated, a little bit darker. Now, if I leave the tone side in the OC circuit and then switch to the blues breaker circuit on the drive side, which is more of a soft clip, not hard clip, then you're going to get this tonality. And that ended up being one of my favorite sounds I got out of the box. Everything sounded great, but I gravitated towards that. So that's the difference there. Now what would happen if we reverse these switches and we go to a BB tone circuit, but the OC clipping circuit, you get this. Completely different, way more saturated, darker. But then you can start, as you're finding these settings, you start realizing, well, there's a level drop there. So you might turn up the level for that particular, at least within those particular parameters. So that's almost like fuzz territory. So that's what the switches are doing. That's what makes this pedal so versatile. So let's just stay in the BB mode, and I'm going to shut the drive all the way off. There's a drive at noon. So obviously not a high gain circuit. And drive all the way up. So not super high gain. I like to run these types of circuits, drive wide open, and then just turn the volume down on the guitar. It responds really well, super dynamic. Let's do the same thing all OC so you can get an idea of what's going on with the drive side. Drive off. Halfway up. Drive all the way up. So obviously, like in this mode, just to show what we can get going with the tone. Tone off. Tone all the way up. So quite a sweep there. I'll do the same thing in the BB mode. So, you know, we're dealing with different tone circuits on this side. So results are going to vary depending on what you're using, but that's what the tone is doing. And obviously the tone comes in really handy when you start going with hybrid. So now we're hard clipping on this side OC, but on this side we're the blues breaker style circuit. So it's darker, but if we dime the tone, if we go the other way, this is going to be too bright. So we can turn the tone back down, and that sounds cool. Kind of an open, kind of dynamic feeling kind of drive circuit. And then obviously level-wise, you can push the amp really hard. And I'm not sure, you know, I obviously didn't build this thing, so I don't understand all aspects of a circuit, but it seems like it might cause a bit more internal clipping to have the level up that hot, but it definitely will push the amp harder depending on how you have the drive set. So that is the Keeley Electronics Blues Disorder. As always, I really appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. Hit that like button. Apparently it does help with the algorithm thingy. And yeah, I would love to know what you guys think of this pedal in the comments below. So once again, thank you, and I will see you on the next one.